it up, pump it up.
Trae.
Come on, come on.
With Trae.
Pump it up, pump it up.
It's the day with Trae.
This is the day to gain inspiration, to make a positive change in the nation. We're inviting you to partake in conversation, to raise your vibration. It's the day that we will all celebrate all of our peeps that make this thing elevate. Watch the negative fade away, cause it's the day with Trae.
Grand Rising, everyone. Welcome to the Day with Trae. I'm your host, Trae Holiday. I'm so excited to start my week off with you and really excited to have a beloved, not only community member, someone born and raised in the Central District, a true lover and supporter of Converge Media, Big D in the building with me today. We're going to be just talking all things Big D, how he's been such a phenomenal community member and some of the things that he's excited for now. But of course, before I get into it with him, I got to welcome you all right here to this show and encourage you that this is the best time right now to share this show with others who you feel could benefit from the daily dose of dopeness we always work to give you here on The Day with Trae. And if you can't watch our TV show, you know we got you covered. You can listen to us anywhere you find your favorite podcast. Just search Converge Media Network and The Day with Trae. You will find us on your favorite platform. Now, after the break, I'll get into it with Big D. But I got to say that I was able to participate in a phenomenal community event this weekend. And I just have to big up Wow Gallery, Haru Chayez Amen, Veronica, Very, and Hiawatha D. I mean, it was spectacular. Now, of course, there's so many different events that happen around Juneteenth, which is special. So I'm going to call out this event, but you know I got to talk about Juneteenth. So before I get into Juneteenth, I want to talk about how important it is to have curated events for curated audiences. And that's what they did at Wow Gallery, celebrating breathing Black love, what they were calling the new BBL, right? Really bringing in practices that are so ancient. We're just remembering them again, bringing them back to the surface to focus on our health and well-being. We talk a lot about this when I was having segments, for our health segments on Mondays throughout different seasons of The Day with Trae. But it's special because, the ways that community is absorbing this information is so key and so special. So I'm excited because we're going to be sharing more about these opportunities to be out there connected in community and learning how to take these ancient techniques around health and wellness so that we can make sure you understand them, you normalize them, they become a part of how you move, and that is where we all can collectively heal. But of course, I also have to big up all of the amazing Juneteenth celebrations. I mean, Seattle, Tacoma, people were showing up at all areas in between. And I just know that Tacoma and Seattle had major turnouts. Now, I got to see video of Tacoma. I saw for real Fred Hammond out there. I mean, they had the crowd rocking, and it was clear there's a lot of people who want to celebrate Juneteenth out there in Pierce County, South King County, and beyond. So it's great to see that we have all of these events to make sure that you have access to not only the celebration and the history and legacy of Juneteenth, but what are we doing now to carry that legacy forward? And I'm really grateful for Africatown and King County Equity Now putting on the Juneteenth celebration at Jimi Hendrix Park and keeping that tradition alive by bringing in speakers to continuously uplift how people can stay engaged and involved in these efforts for our liberation. This is not just something that, those from the African diaspora need to be a part of. This is something where everyone can learn and figure out how do they fit into this ecosystem. And that's what's really great about Juneteenth. It's not just about celebration. Of course, it definitely is celebration, but not only that. Keeping these messages alive and making it easy for folks to understand how to tap in to the movement, right? It really is a movement, and it's celebrated on that day. But trust and believe, there's so many different efforts happening all throughout the year that you can engage with. So I'm going to encourage you, if you're somebody who's like, I'm just not sure maybe where I fit into all of this, ultimately, we all can play a part. When we look and understand, collective liberation, That's what we're talking about. And sometimes it's easier to recognize it when it's outside of our own homeland. And one of the things I want to encourage y'all to do is recognize, how can we be building up these movements right here in our backyard? There's plenty of efforts to do so. I'm encouraging you, start Googling it, learning more about organizations that are doing amazing work that really resonates with you or connects with you, and find ways to volunteer, to donate, to make sure that you attend their events, to make sure that you're there when they're doing listening sessions and teach-ins, because ultimately, we have the power of learning what is out there for us. And if we take advantage of some of these opportunities, trust and believe we will actually strengthen this collective effort toward liberation for all. So I'm really excited that there were so many great events. And of course, next year you have another opportunity, but in between there are plenty of events happening throughout the summer and beyond. Make sure y'all are tapping into those great events happening in your area. After this short break, y'all, up next, we got Big D in the building. We're gonna be talking all things growing up in the CD and how he's excited about several things right now. You definitely don't wanna miss it. Stay tuned, you're watching The Day with Trae.
Black caregivers, entrepreneurs, and elders, this one's for you. Queen Care is offering complimentary self-care services to those who give so much to their communities. Take a moment to restore, recharge, and be cared for with free wellness treatments at the Spa House by Queen Care. Spots are limited, so don't wait. Go to queencareproducts.com now to sign up, or scan the QR code on your screen, because you deserve the same care you give to others.
Everybody, welcome back to The Day with Trae. I'm your host, Trae Holiday. Joining me right now, we got Big D in the building. What's up, Big D?
Hey, how you doing, Trae?
I'm good. How are you?
All right, good to see you.
You too.
Yeah.
I mean, you have been around since I first started with Conversion. It's so great to actually have you here in the studio with me today.
Definitely, you've been working hard the whole time.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
You've been not only supporting us in the back end, so many folks don't get to see that you're doing so many different things, but you've been like a strong community member in the CD. Tell us a bit about what it was like to grow up in the Central District.
It was dope. It's all I know because I grew up there, right? But I grew up on Jackson. And Jackson was dope. And I went to Garfield High School, but the CD was more of a community, right? Everybody knew each other. And we used to walk in the middle of the street, right, to avoid the pit bulls. But yeah, it was good growing up there.
You know, it's interesting because a lot of people talk about the legacy of the CD, and every time I'm in the studio and I look back at all of these amazing photos from the Al Smith collection, I think, you know, when we were growing up, I didn't realize that we were contributing to this.
Yes.
But that's exactly what it was, right? I mean, there's different community gatherings and block parties and get-togethers in people's houses that really still uplift that kind of black
That would have been
joy.
you if you grew up in that era.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But you experienced it too growing up there, right? Like
Definitely.
you
House parties and stuff like that.
Were you putting on those house parties, Big D?
No, but my friends were.
So you got to participate.
Yes.
Well, one of the things that I am trying to always instill in my children now is a sense of community. We know that it's been, you know, hit by gentrification, people having to move out. You know, the need for community is real, which is why I want to talk about those community events. How do you experience community now? Because you're still living in the CD.
Well, the community is what it is now, right? And so the people have moved out, but that has been a problem throughout the nation, right? Like Oakland, South Central, like this is not just the central area or Seattle, right? And so I don't feel displaced or like it's my problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's one of those things where I think relationships are key.
Yeah.
And you've done a solid job of keeping some of your childhood relationships.
I
you
have
know,
all my
into-
friends since
Exactly.
like 12 years old.
See?
Every single one of them.
That's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
Do you feel like that same essence is something that you were able to at least exemplify for your children? So they could see you being friends with your same friends, and maybe they could be like, man, it's important to stay cool with my friends.
Well, they have to see it. So I don't preach it to them,
Yeah.
but they see that I have the same friends. And I have 2 daughters. They both have friends. So hopefully they have been friends for a long time. We'll see. Still.
Well, another milestone that I know you want to talk about is you just became a grandfather.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
my goodness.
May 23rd.
Congratulations.
Yes, yes.
May 23rd.
Elias McCombs.
Elias McCombs. Now, your grandbaby was just born May 23rd, 2025.
Yes.
And my grandbaby, Zahir Bavan Holiday, was born May 23rd, 2024.
Wow.
So-
Are you a grandma or you
I'm literally a grandma. One of my coworkers said, "Oh, you're not grandma, right? I see you as grandma," and it stuck.
Yeah.
And so I don't know how you knew that, but that's exactly what it is.
Because the grandmother, I know the grandmother, right? And so I have to call her grandma. I can't call her grandma. And so that's how I know.
Well, it's a different type of love and joy. Are you
definitely-
already feeling that as a new
Yes.
grandparent?
Yes, it's definitely different. But I have 2 girls, and so I'll always be a girl dad, but I love being a grandparent. Yeah.
You know, for me, same for me. I got 2 boys. I've been a boy mom. Now I got a grandson. So it just continues on. But I will say, they brought my grandbaby to Juneteenth, and he's not used to being around that many people, right?
this last past Juneteenth?
Yeah, this
oh my
just
God.
this past week.
At what was it, Jimi Hendrix Park?
Yeah.
Oh my God. How
So
old was he?
He's just turned 1, May 23rd, right?
Oh, wow.
So he's not used to being around that many people, but my son and his girlfriend really do have a really strong friend group. And
That's
so
good.
he's around a lot of some of them have children too. So he's around that. But Juneteenth is like another level for him, right?
Yes.
So when he saw me, and I'm just so excited, I'm like trying to introduce him. I'm like, oh, this is my grandbaby. He was holding on to me so
That's
tight.
dope. I'm happy for you.
Oh my
I
goodness.
bet you that was dope.
It really
Just to
is a
see
different level.
community, right? At that
Exactly.
age, that was dope.
Well, one of the things that you talked about when we think about our upbringing, we were raised in community.
When I was that age, I was going to Black Festival at Junkins Park. So it's the same thing, really.
Same
Just
thing.
down the street in a different event.
You know, this is exactly why I try to make sure that I stay plugged into community, because I want my kids to see that. Now, while we may live in Federal Way, my oldest son experienced community in a different way because he was in AAU ball. Everything was kind of insulated out there in Federal Way, but he has his friends from like 2nd grade, you know, some of them, and like growing up with them. So he's experiencing the same thing, just in a different area.
Is that the culture up here?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, I mean, a part of it is, you know, how do we share love over time? Because when you're growing up, you're changing, your friends are changing.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes you have a fallout, whatever. But if
I don't make new friends. And it's not by design. All my friends from day one have just been my friends from day one, right? And so I never had to look for new friends, right?
See?
And none of my friends are new, so we don't have arguments. So yeah, I don't go through that.
Yeah, see, because you stay true to your friends, they stay true to you.
Yeah.
It's one of those things that I really always, I realize, you know, as an adult now, how important and vital that is. And that's when I start talking about, like, what does it look like to be in community? So much of it is that. It's
Yeah.
those relationships that carry you forward, because you got to have that, like, circle around you that, you know, supports you,
You
that's
do.
going to, you know, be there for you or pull your coattail when they're like, hey, yo, that ain't cool, like, what you off of, you know, right?
Yeah.
That balance is
Yeah.
so important. But I think to me, I always connected it to not just my friends, but like this sense of community. And so for my youngest son, he grew up going to all of these events, marching with me, protests, like parades, like he grew up in it. Now this is his 3rd year. He'll be in the Teen Summer Musical. So he's building his
How
own
old is
community.
he?
He's 11.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So I just really appreciate you coming on. You're about to have a huge milestone. So we talked about you're now a grandpa.
Yes.
But you're also about to turn the big 5-0,
Yes,
Big D.
yes. So I am turning 50, and I'm blessed. I'm grateful. And I'll be throwing a party in the Central, right off Union at Africa Town Plaza on the main floor. Probably the weekend of July 25th or 26th. We're still trying to figure that out. But yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it sounds like maybe your friends were throwing parties back in the day, but now you're ready to throw
I
one.
used to be the one throwing the parties. I was the one on the grill during skip day. I wasn't throwing a party, but I would definitely be on the grill.
Yeah. So you're looking forward to bringing family, friends together to celebrate you.
Family and friends. I'm hoping to have a spades tournament. So back like when I lived on Yester, pretty much. When I lived on 17 Yester, we would play spades until 4 o'clock in the morning. So hopefully I'll capture that same vibe.
Wow. This is what I love is that we have so many different nodes of culture and tradition in our community. And spades and dominoes, it's hands down. It was like always happening at my house. And another thing that I remember from back then was Spody. And I was like, I don't know if people even do Spody.
You gotta be careful who making the spody and what kind of fruit they're using, right? Because some of those grapes will go bad.
Oh my goodness. Well, it's been such a pleasure to have you joining me today, Big D, just to reminisce and to also celebrate several milestones in your life.
I'm so happy for you.
Thank you so
Congratulations.
much.
Yeah.
Thank you. And thanks for being such a huge supporter of us. You always have been from day one. I know that resonates because of your relationships, and I'm just so grateful that I've gotten to get to know you over the years. So thanks so much for joining me today.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Well, y'all, this has been an amazing episode to just talk about what it means to grow up in community, be a part of the Central District, but also continuing those relationships. I'm truly inspired. So you know I'm going to wrap it all up right after this short break. Stay tuned. You're watching The Day with Trae.
Getting the scholarship really changed the conversation. It went from, no, I can do school in my free time and make it work, to I can only focus on school and I can be the best I can be every single day. I can soak up everything. I can read before class and make sure I'm not just learning enough to pass a test. Like I could really pour all my time into school. That's what having a Seattle College Foundation Scholarship did for me.
Pacific Northwest Ballet is thrilled to be back on stage with your favorite holiday tradition, the Nutcracker. Brighten your holidays with this timeless tale performed by PNB's incredible company of dancers to the live magic of the PNB Orchestra playing Tchaikovsky's classic score. Treat your loved ones to the Nutcracker at Seattle Center's McCaw Hall. For tickets, visit pnb.org.
Welcome back, y'all, to The Day with Trae. I'm your host, Trae Holiday. Huge shout out to my guest today, Big D, joining me so we can reminisce about what it meant to grow up in the Central District and really share some highlights of not only our childhood, but how we're bringing those highlights to life right now in our everyday life. And, you know, I love being able to be a part of community events and be a part of celebrations. And so I'm looking forward to being there, being present to celebrate Big D as he turns the big 5-0. It's huge. And trust me, my spades game is up, so I'm ready to hit that table. You know what I'm saying? My daddy taught me well, Big D, so I got you. But I also am grateful that y'all joined me today and getting your week started off right with a great reminiscing story for all of y'all. And I encourage you to be inspired. You know, if there are people in your life that maybe you have fallen off, or maybe, you know, you went separate ways in a bad way, try to make it right. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, it's always better to end relationships amicably. And if you have those solid relationships and friendships in your life that are still rocking with you from the sandbox, please make sure you keep those relationships tight. Check in on your people, how they doing. You know, as we get older and we get so busy with our lives, sometimes we forget to do that. And I'm just encouraging y'all to keep relationships at the center of your life, because that is what we are here to do, is connect with one another, to build with one another. So be inspired to do that in your own way. Whatever that looks like for you, I'm encouraging you right now to do it. Thanks so much for watching. Y'all know I'm going to be back with you tomorrow. And until then, at 11 a.m., y'all, peace. Converge Media produces culturally relevant content for Black and urban audiences. Our coverage is raw, transparent, and objective, praised by community leaders, government officials, and residents. Support Converge Media today via Venmo, Cash App, or PayPal at Converge Media.